Well, we started the company in 1989 with 10 people. Quickly grew out of our first facility within 1 year, moved to a second facility, and now we're in our fourth facility, which is 45,000 square feet and 120 people. We did this capital improvement program basically to fulfill customer demand. And part of the process was to get a line that would be totally automated.
Yeah.
Okay, which Koyoung was a big piece of that. Prior to this, we were using a batch system for AOI. Putting the AOI inline along with the SPI enabled us to increase throughput and increase on-time delivery.
Imperial originally had a batch system for AOI, and so every time we ran a product through our system, we basically had to then batch it and run it through one at a time through that. So by adding Koyoung's SPI and AOI system, now everything is inline and we have immediate feedback. So we're reducing errors in the process, improving first pass yield, and we can basically analyze and get to the root cause earlier than later. So basically it helped out with efficiency, throughput, and first pass yield.
Went with SPI because of the ever-changing technology, giving us the ability to make sure the prints were good. We see everything, the finer pitches, the VGAs, knowing that we have a good print beforehand, before we run it, to have to eliminate any type of rework. It's very key to make sure that's done properly at the initial step. So we felt it was a very important thing to add to our production process. The AOIs inline has been tremendous process improvement for us. It's really cut down our cycle time. We used to do a batch system, so they would run through S&T, then do AOI. So now having the ability to do it inline and be able to detect problems, right away as they're occurring. If there's anything wrong, we can make the adjustments on the fly instead of waiting and be like, oh, now we have a bad batch, which really never really happened, but we eliminate any of those type of defects. So going to this process was a huge, huge saver for us.
We went through approximately 3 different vendors to evaluate both the AOI and the SPI machine, and Koyoung stood out. So their ability to basically integrate with our printers, integrate upstream and downstream, and their true 3D imaging and quality allowed us much more detail to try to get to the root cause. So the information was readily available also in their K-Smart product. So it wasn't difficult to learn statistics and the information. It basically was presented to you in a very easy to use format. Our operators love it. The repair station and the offline programming was also just huge advantages that Koyoung provided that helped us kind of make the decision much easier with the equipment that we chose.
We did do an extensive research and we decided that Koyoung was the best partner for us. There were multiple vendors out there, but the presentation and the team at Koyoung was really helpful for us, and they work well with our Panasonic team as well, because all of our lines are Panasonic. So it was very beneficial to go with them and have that kind of collaborative team between Panasonic and Koyoung. For us, we thought that was very helpful, and it made the process much easier for us.
As a smaller CM, we're able to handle the same thing that a larger CM too. So it's the same equipment. We chose the 8-way and the 9-way systems because we wanted that capability to be able to offer true vision and control of the board, because we don't build a product, we basically make it. So taller parts would get in the way, and they were very clear, like you basically need to understand what your product is, and our product could be anything. So we wanted to basically have that flexibility, and Koyoung allowed us to be able to offer that to any customer in any configuration. So we were able to handle all sorts of components, the technology, and room to grow. So we're looking forward to the challenges ahead. Their team has been fantastic. Very, very thorough, complete, professional. So when they came in and did the installation and the training that came after, they took their time to explain there's more than one way to get there. So they didn't want to force you down a specific path because every customer and supplier is different. So we have ways of working and how do we integrate and handle our customers. They're very, very responsive. Even with tech support nowadays, same thing. If there's a question or a challenge we have, quick and easy to talk to, very responsive, and it's been fantastic. And they use a team viewer so we can go with them right away and interact with them, and they can explain it. So they've been great telling us, hey, this is another way of solving that challenge. And it may be one, it may be two, but they've always come up with solutions each step of the way. So the challenge is, again, is when you're dealing with non-engineering ST process controls, it's basically on this other side, we have our review and repair station. So having the data there that's very visual and very easy to navigate through, you can see what you're looking at and understand why Koy Young says, this isn't a good picture, this isn't the right image. So they basically can see it right away, and it's quick to get the information, and they're able to see the trends, they can see what's happening, and very quick and easy, and every technician enjoys working on it.
The data has been tremendous from what we get, the feedback, being able to dial in the processes, and really the efficiency that we've gained by our engineers constantly understanding what the system's looking for. We run a lot of products that have similar the customers use a lot of similar parts. So being able to really dial in our database of components and teaching the machines of every specific component, dialing down to the markings and any type of solder issues that we could see, really building that library and using that to really develop a strong database for all three lines has been really critical to our process, and help when we get a new product that's using similar parts, really the programming time, as well as getting everything set up initially on the first batch to make sure that we're moving more efficiently and getting new products to the floor quicker.
Not only get more line out of the assets, but the quality of the products, the less rework that we're doing throughout the process. Right now, when the boards come off the whole surface mount line, they're going right to the next process. And what we found is our cycle time was probably around 15 days to do a board product that was fairly complex through our whole process. And now I think it's around 8-9 days, so almost half. And that's just a tremendous, factor in overall business operations. You're turning inventory, you're turning dollars, you're meeting customer demand, you can offer shorter lead times. So it was just an absolute outstanding, decision to do this.
It's basically being able to control the product immediately, right? So we're not batching it and then seeing that there's 1,000 boards at the end of the line that need to be adjusted or controlled. So what that does is it allows us quicker time to turn around for our customers. Our customers are happy because they see the product right the first time. They're getting it quicker. We're making the product right the first time. So you can basically handle and control that product and provide customers a quicker and happier solution.
We've eliminated errors throughout our process. We've had the speed of the process accelerate. So it's kind of like multifold, and our quality rating is outstanding. It's 99.9, 99.8. So it's it's all due to the equipment, it's due to the staff, it's due to the engineering staff, and our whole company is dedicated to quality. So we have weekly meetings, monthly meetings, quarterly meetings with the staff, the whole organization, to kind of review the constant importance of quality.
All the feedback that takes place goes right back in there and is constantly updated. So we do need to dial in and focus exactly on just what that particular thing to understand it. We're not making changes to make changes. You can understand what we're seeing. It could be a batch issue with the marking on a part. Any number of things have an impact, but we're allowed to communicate with the K-Smart and then deploy it through all three lines.
Experience has been great. I think we've gotten everything we've asked for from Koy Young. The teams that we've worked with have been great. And it's really improved our whole process in the factory, and it's reduced our lead times, which has been great. And whenever we have any issues, if we're struggling with a component, we're on the phone with Koy Young. They have techs that are always helping us. Hey, this is what you should be looking for. This is the best we can do on this part. And it really has been very helpful. I think it's been a great experience dealing with everybody at Koy Young.
Koy Young definitely is the market leader, and technology-wise, it is truly 3D, and the images, the quality, the data, very simple to use. So it basically provides us quick answers and the right answers so we can focus on what needs to happen rather than looking for a solution.
Enjoyed working with Koy Young and its staff, and look forward to many more years with it.